What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. Apparently, MX Bikes has a speedrun category on speedrun.com. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. Now, to lay down some ground rules of how this works, it has to be a completely unedited run from track 1 to track 17. It's on all 17 of the stock tracks in the game. And how it works is we're going based off in-game time at the moment, because overall time would take into account like a lot of loading times. It puts people with a bad PC at a massive disadvantage. So how it works is, if I load up the rules, you have to complete all 17 tracks without resetting at all or going extensively out of bounds. A live timer has to be shown on the screen. When you go back to the pits, you can display your lap time to like the free to the thousandth. So we'll use those at the very end to add them all together and get our total in-game time. And I think we're just going to go from there. I'll explain a little bit more about it as we go. And I'm really, really annoyed because I had started this run already. I got right down to Washington here, so almost through all 17 tracks. And I ran out of space to record on my disc. So that's not very good. So I've deleted a bunch of stuff. And hopefully this time it works okay. I'm quite fortunate that it went wrong, actually, because there was a few tracks that I had loads and loads of erode on, which I weren't used to. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click laps here. So now every time I go to the pits, we'll see our lap time displayed. As soon as I press this to track button, we're going to go. So time's going, we're off. So how it works is I can't set a marker and suddenly yeet myself to the finish. I have to go from the pits, and you can cut the track as much as you want from the pits to the finish line, but when you're on your actual timed lap, you cannot cut the track at all. When you upload a run to the Speedrun website, there are moderators from the MX Bikes community who will be vetting the runs to make sure if they are legitimate or not. So if there's any like cuts going on the track itself, they will be able to say if they want to consider it. I've seen so a little bit of going back in time here. I'm a big speedrun fan. I watch a lot of speedrun content on YouTube, doesn't matter what it is. At the moment, Only Up seems to be my speedrun fix. I also watch a lot of Summoning Salt and Easy Speezy on YouTube, if anybody watches either of them two. So I like the concept of speedruns. I've just never had a game yet where I wanted to take part in it myself. So the fact that if we can try and popularize this on bikes and get it popping off, I think that'd be really, really good fun. I do think, and I know that Mr. Trojan is in the process of trying to sort this out, I think the rules need to be a bit more stricter / more specified. We could have categories like OEM 450, 250, we could have factory bike category. I think it opens up the door for a lot of different iterations. I've also seen on the Speedrun website there are categories for individual tracks, but I feel like covering all tracks is a bit more exciting rather than just setting world record lap times. So there is our first one done. So I'm going to set that marker. We can see our time here, and when we get all 17 tracks done overall, I'll go back through the VOD. I will add all them lap times together, and we'll get our total time. So what you're watching here, me actually running the game and setting the laps, that will be unedited. When I'm completely done at the end, I will edit it. I'll just do a cut in the video. We'll go back through the VOD, have a look at my times, add them together, and I'll give you my final total time overall at the very, very end. That's kind of the ruling, is like just the recording has to be all done in one go. Luckily, the time going like between track and the pits, etc., doesn't count. It's purely the lap times. But I think the fact that you have to do all of the lap times in one go is really, really good. I'm hoping that doesn't give me cuts or miss a timing gate at all. I think the biggest like setback I think you could have around here, or on this speedrun in general, is if you miss a timing gate and your lap doesn't count, you literally have to do the entire lap again to get a lap time that does count. So that could be a major time loss. I'm not too sure in terms of like this sort of run where it's done based on lap times added together, where you can make massive time saves. I think if there was a category where it includes loading times as well overall, then you can like reset or set track markers right by the finish line. I think there's a lot of potential for this speedrun as a whole and how it will develop and the ruling on it. So very, very cool. Glad to see people are making it come to fruition. You'll be able to see like it. Actually, no, you won't. Never mind. I'm talking about my bum. This is probably a rut from a very, very old time me playing this track. Then I was going to say you'd be able to see my rut from last time, but I'm doing this on zero deform just to stop any any sort of unknown issues from appearing. There's a few of these tracks I had not played for months until today. For example, MXB Club and the Forest Short track, they still had my 20 laps of Maxi Road, like erode on them. So I had to spam reset track a lot of times, and it was really, really frustrating. So in a weird way, I'm kind of glad that that run got invalidated from my recording crashing. I'm hoping that it doesn't happen again. If so, then I mean you'll never see this video. But if you are seeing it, then it all went swimmingly. Now, I don't know if I should be aiming for world record straight away. I don't know how many attempts people have made at doing this. I don't know how many attempts Troy did. He's not at the top anymore, though, which is quite interesting. I thought, oh, Troy, Mr. Grinder himself, especially on the stock tracks, he would be a real heavy hitter for this sort of stuff. So very, very interesting. And again, just to reiterate, I am not doing total time because it puts people with bad PCs at disadvantage. I am just doing in-game time, as in finish line to finish line, adding them times up throughout the course of a run. It should be good. So if we go over the finish line, did this lap time count? It did. We got a 2:19. Mark that off. We can see our lap time there, so then we can add that one to it at the very end too. I will say that my PC's been running pretty damn quickly today, so my transition from one track to another isn't bad at all. There's a little bit of strategy involved in this because there's two Supermoto tracks on here, both being the Holyers tracks. Now, I am not going try hard enough where I'm going to go through the effort of selecting Supermoto bikes to try and make my lap times a little bit better. I'm just going to stick on the 450 and try and ride as smoothly as possible and hopefully not do a 1080 no-scope. There's a few tracks where I think I could gain a decent amount of time, like having a look back at Troy's times that he posted. I think he had a 106 around here on Forest. I know that I can usually set like 103s, 104s fairly consistently, so that's a couple of seconds there. One thing that I'm not going to do, I'm going to limit myself to as many scumbag lines as possible. That was very slow, Jesus. So on the takeoff of this next jump here, you can scumbag it in like low line either side of the blue tyres. I'm not going to do that, just for the sake of getting a run invalidated. I want to try and play by the rules as much as I possibly can. This lap time so far is more looking like a 104 than a 103, just because of how slow my chicane was. On the binders here, nice and gentle off the throttle. Scrub. I will throw out there as well that I am on a stock suspension Fantic. The only thing that I have changed is my geometry. I've changed it to 8 swing arm and 15 fork height, and that's what I ran at Southwick for the aerial race. Oh, that was a 103. That's not too bad. Set 1, move on to the next track. So even there's just a couple seconds there that I've gained. We'll do Forest Short next. I've even gone, just for the sake of time and ease of getting through each track, I've removed every other track out of my game, so I've just got the stock tracks, so it just makes life a little bit easier. You know, when you get to the end of them, you get to the end of them. So we'll go to track again. But yeah, I'd like to see some more definitive rules on this moving forwards. It'd be nice to know if I can set a track marker, let's say set a marker here, so then I can just start the lap as quickly as possible rather than having to come from the pits. And it's exciting, it really, really is. It's good seeing people have like the same vision. I'm just sad that I didn't get around to doing it first. But better late than never is what they say. And I think in terms of like, this could be a really good concept to like stream as well. Like, I always see people like live streaming speedrun attempts on other games, and to have an MX Bikes speedrun category is so good. Scrub this for sure. I mean, you know what you're getting. Very small, very straightforwards. I did crash on my Forest Short attempts of the session where my recording crashed on me. So this already is going to be a bit better. I ran a 41 in that one, and I ran a 38 there, so you can already see that's a couple of seconds shaved off. Now, these are the tricky ones. These really are tricky. So we're going to go to Holyers. Going to start. I did find on Holyers Dirt, I'm not sure if the timing gates on it are a bit messed up, but my first lap didn't count. I had to do an entire lap of the track before anything worked. Whereas on this version, please don't loop out, oh my Christ, I can just start normally. The checkpoints are there, and then I need to be very gentle on every input, because if you accelerate just a fraction too hard, you will be meeting your demise. Oh god, brake. Oh, coming in a bit sharp there. Very gentle again, and then go. Yeah, these tracks are things I do not play very often at all. Did find out this is a real track, which I wasn't aware of, but this track is also in Poboso's other game, WRC. World Rally Championship. I think is it WRC or WRS? It's one of the two. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're on MX bikes right now. We're focusing on this game. This corner's so easy to slide out on. But I'd rather be... It's about to say I'd rather be safe than sorry. Please cross the line. It's not going to cross the line. God damn it. Spin around. Go, 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 go. Where's the finish? Where's the finish? Where's the finish? Where's the finish? Done. Next one. Set that marker. Yes. I have to keep going over and clicking on this live split overlay because... And I'm running this in window mode. I'm sure you guys have been able to tell by now because I've got the white bar at the top. My MX Bikes doesn't like having anything else overlaid on top of it. As soon as I go and play the actual game itself, everything else kind of disappears. I'm going to go... My game just crashed. Oh my god. You know what? It doesn't actually matter because it's combined lap times, and the fact that this is all still one recording is absolutely fine. If it was total time, I'd probably be more frustrated. Note to self, don't go on the grass. Do not go on the grass there or your game will crash. I was going to try experimenting and going round to the left. Just because last time my lap didn't count when I started from the pits. That's not even like a massive time loss, to be honest. What's that, like 30 seconds that it takes to reopen the game? It's annoying, for sure, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, I am going to run this the normal way now, rather than turning left, because that grass just said no. That was a very, very weird one. Oh, I see. So my lap starts there. That is odd. That is odd. I have no idea what happened to my lap last time. I just think the lap time wasn't... It didn't even start counting from the beginning. We'll see if this works. Go round to the right here. Oh yeah, there's a lot more dirt on this dirt layout. I mean, clue's kind of in the name, isn't it? And we've got to be very gentle, getting on the throttle here. Open it up again on the dirt. Brake, try and avoid these little... I don't know, what you call them? Like they're not curbs anymore, like them little white bits on the inside. Like these are the curbs, these are the apexes of the corner, but they're not bad. Please don't do this to me. I might have to do another lap. Yeah, I've got to do another lap. So yeah, the timing on this one, a bit strange. Looks like you have to do an entire lap before you start, which is why I was trying to go round to the left originally. But yeah, if my game's going to crash doing that, I will not do that. You can see my splits are updating now as well, so that's a W. So maybe you just have to do a lap to start with. But that is the benefit of us doing in-game, doing actual, oh my Christ, doing actual lap times rather than total time, because that would have cost me probably about 40 or so seconds, maybe 50, however long that first lap took. I'm going to go so slowly around this corner. I do not want to die. There we go. On the power. There we go. We're at 42. So we've got a 42-second there. That's updated. Done. And I'm glad they only counted one lap there as well. Otherwise, there probably would have been a grey area on if that lap was going to be the one that counted. We'll go over to Mantua. So we probably lost about 1.5 minutes, I would say, on total time there. But again, because we're doing actual laps, it doesn't matter at all. Mantua is not a long way to go to the finish line, which is always really nice. It's a nice quick one. Took a left, and then we can get our lap time going and started. Mantua is not a track that I'm amazing on by any means. I don't know what it is. Any time I get this track in public lobbies, everyone else seems to be like on my cheeks the entire time. I think people just really love this track, and I'm kind of the opposite. Oh my Christ! Which is weird as well, because I would argue this is one of the more difficult stock tracks, just with the sand traction, how slippery it can be. Got to be super gentle on the turning and the throttle at the same time. But I'm surprised that so many people are really, really good at this one. So, double over that. To the left, the mentality that I'm approaching this on is I'm not going to go... I'm not going to try and set the world on fire with these lap times. I just want to get around the track at a decent pace. I would much rather lose 2 seconds over the course of a lap than try setting an absolute burner and crashing and losing 4 to 5 seconds. That's my mentality. Maybe down the line, if this is something that I want to keep doing and keep running and keep trying to improve, then by all means, why not? Unfortunately, I do think that I don't know. I don't know how long ago Troy's world record video went up. I just saw it on the speedrun.com website. Sorry, Troy, I'm not actually subscribed yet. Maybe that'll maybe I'll change. I'll go subscribe to Troy after this. I'm sorry, Troy. I don't know how long ago he'd done it, so maybe it's just not popped off in popularity just yet. But for now, it should be a-okay. And I also don't know how active the moderators are in terms of approving speedruns, because the mods of the whole thing have to approve them, make sure they're valid. But I think I'll probably post this video anyway, even if they don't approve it within the next couple of days, just because I really need the content. I think, yeah, bikes is a little bit of a low point at the moment, so it's nice having something new to do on the game. This whole speedrun concept is really, really good fun. Let's go to Maryland, Mr. Budds Creek. I did not have a very good Maryland run on my previous attempt, so again, I'm very glad that I get to have another go at it. Maryland's start is a little bit away, but it's not crazy distance. I think if I was to do this again, I will go back through each and every track and remove any road that I have, because I'm running this on 0 road right now, but these are just previous ruts that I've had on the track before. And the ruts on this game are a bit weird. Like, some tracks it helps you and you can go a bit faster because the base dirt is more grippy than the top dirt, but other tracks it's a bit of a hindrance. I think for the sake of making things more even, maybe that should be an updated rule set, is make sure the tracks have 0 rear road on them. They're all nice and smooth. Definitely think it just opens the door for so many opportunities. You know, 250, 450, factory bikes, like 125 class as well. Total time, just lap times only. There's so many different avenues that you could go down with a speedrun like this. I think you could try it. You could choose to exclude certain tracks as well, like Collier's Dirt, for example. I just had to do a lap before the lap counts, which can be a bit annoying. Straight Rhythm is in this. Straight Rhythm's later on, which can be an annoying one, but that can be one limb that you can make or break a run. Like, you can lose so much time on Straight Rhythm, or you can gain a bunch. It did scare me last run when I was doing it, because the timer doesn't actually count from the beginning. In regards to the max HUD that you see at the top left, it starts when you hit the finish line. But then when you go to the pits and look, your lap time does actually count. So yeah, made me scared for a little bit. There's lots of little, I suppose, quirks that will come when you're trying to speedrun a game like this. Game crashes being one of them. Weird Poboso moments being another one. Get up and over this. Yeah, this is a much better run than I did have. Can't remember what my lap time was, which is really annoying. But I know that there was quite a few mistakes, a couple of little front end moments. Up and over. I want to say I had like a 41 last time, so that's a really good 39.2. Bit from testing. Yes, what we got next? We've got MXB Club. Lovely. I was so last run when I was trying to do this one, I loaded it up and it's just a quagmire. There's just ruts absolutely everywhere where it had my 20 road from my like Maxi Road video. So annoying. I just had to keep going back to the pits and spamming reset over and over, because the track takes so long to like reform itself when it's been that deeply eroded. It's like the game can't handle it. Oh, that was really smooth. That was clean. Good. We can always... I mean, if we get like a sub 1 minute on Club, that's a pretty damn decent lap time for a run like this. So it's been a hot minute. I've done 1 lap on this track earlier today. And since then, it's been a couple of months. Break, see if I can remember all the lines. Oddly enough, on this track, a lot of corners, it's quicker just to go inside the ruts rather than take the ruts themselves. This corner's exactly the same as well. We kind of brake early, cut down, try and stay out of the berm as much as you can, just flat track it. Oh, Fantic front end, please behave. That's going to cost me a bit of time there. Couple of attempts, nothing too crazy, better than getting a full-on crash. Please don't touch the front. Lovely. Oh, that was a good lap. 58. Love that. 2-1. 58.7. Exit from testing. Next one. Nevada. Oh, I don't know how many of you have played Nevada 2013. It's an absolutely fine track. I mean, both Nevada tracks are fine. If you're just getting into Supercross, they're probably good tracks to play. For whatever reason, the final rhythm section on this track before the finish line, I've never... That's not good. Oh my god, thank you very much, Roboso. I've never hit it well. I always get kicked over the bars. Right. Made our life a little bit easier. We've cut across the track there to get to the finish. Oh, please survive. Lovely. Let's go on, off, triple / quad out, whatever you want to refer to that as. Supercross triple. I'm not going to take the line in this next section where you can jump here and jump around the corner. Just going to roll it. There's no need to try risking gaining a second for a couple seconds worth of crashes. Jump all the way into the corner here. Just going to go double up, then triple. Scrub. Yeah, I think these tracks back in the day, I do not think they were made for this sort of power that the 450 has. And I was thinking last run, I think the bike choice is actually quite important for this speed run. I think there's a lot of tracks where the 450 has an advantage in places, but then there's also a lot of tracks where 250 could be quite a bit faster as well. This is where I crashed last time, so I'm just going to roll it. Just go double, 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 double. That may have looked slow. I promise you, it was a lot quicker than the last run. I also crashed in the whoops here in the last run by still being turning, going into them. So we're still I'm making a lot of time, making a lot of progress. Go back. Go to Nevada 2018 next. 2018, start. Yeah, my PC's been... it deserves a pat on the back. Might have to upgrade it as a thank you, because it's been loading in and out of tracks really quickly. Next one. This is I think this is my preferred of the two Nevada tracks, if I'm being honest. Let's go over here, step over this, go on, off. These are the sort of tracks where I do think the 450 suffers, just with how difficult it is to get them turned. And there's no part of this track where you need a 450's power, but then on like the sand tracks that we done earlier in the run, the 450 comes in like quite handy. So it's definitely a catch-22 on what you want to do. There's pros and cons to both. Which is why I think a split category could be quite cool. And I'm just going to throw it out there now, Troy, if you're watching this deep into the video, I'm more than happy to be considered as a mod for this as well. I know that you're trying to get mod status for it. Quite happy to watch people's speedruns on this and see if they're valid or not. See if we think anyone's cheating. There's any... Let's go over this. There's any tyre or rider weight changes going on behind the scenes. I think you need people that have spent far too many hours on the game looking at things like that. I think to the average user, it's probably quite hard to tell when a bike's not reacting how you'd expect it to. There we go, 54. Take that. This is like good pace that we've got going so far. I'm really happy with this. There's been no major issues at all. Practice, so we've got to do practice track and practice track short. Fun fact, I don't think I had ever played practice track short until today either. Until my previous run that I'd done. So there you go, the more you know. Go to track. There's no there's no quick way really of getting to the finish line on this track because it's all like fenced off and everything has hard collisions. So you just have to do your best. I think the lap times around here are like 2 minutes long. They're actually really long. It's always a throwback, coming back to practice tracks. The first track that I ever played in this game. I think that's the same with most people. Wanted to get to the inside there, but I would rather be safe than sorry. Oh, that was faster. I went around the inside there in the previous session as well. That was much quicker. I think there's probably a lot of places on these tracks where you could like push your limits and like low line jumps or just like cut the insides of corners a little bit. But I want to try and abide by the rules as much as possible. I want to get the run verified. That's the important thing. And then those sorts of rules will come in at a later date, I suppose. There's a big line in this section which I didn't get to do last time. Try and scrub this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No! No! Oh god, please don't go outside. Please don't go. Yes, thank you. If I went outside the barriers there, that could have been ropey. We lost a little bit of time there. Don't know why I went for it. I went for it last time and I cased it harder, but I got a lucky bounce, so I just carried on in a straight line. Whereas that time it sent me a little bit sideways. So we'll lose a couple seconds there. Not the end of the world. Oh my god, don't want to go offside the track there. I'm hoping that the timing gates extend that far to the right. I have an itchy nose as well. It's always the itchy nose. So I'll try and survive. I'll try and wait until we're in between loading tracks. Yeah, I told you this was like a 2-minute lap time. I know obviously I made a mistake as well, but it's fine. I think I had a 51 around here in my previous one, so I lost a couple of seconds. That's like 4 seconds overall. That's fine. There you go. Can itch the nose at the same time now. Oh, I'm glad that this run has a little bit of downtime. It's not just like 30 minutes plus 2 of normal racing. Over to practice track short. We've got practice track short, straight rhythm, Washington, Winchester, and Winchester MXON left. The last 3 tracks are the longest tracks they run. So it kind of all comes down to those. You could probably like change the order in which you do them in. Maybe if you get the long tracks out of the way first to see if you want to like reset a run at all. But I thought for the sake of ease, I would just go through them in the order that they appear in game, which is alphabetical. It makes me be able to get through them all a little bit quicker as well. There we go, that double was clean up. Can I make the inside still as well? Kind of went over it, but luckily I don't even think there's a raised inside there. I think it's purely where the textures are. But then this track is all the same up until in 2 corners time. Keep blowing over that inside, done it on the long version as well. So after this corner, it hooks to the left here. You miss out a massive chunk of it. And then you don't even get to hit this table or triple either, it completely cut that out. It's a very, very simplified version of the main track. This feels faster than the original one though, although I suppose a second time around on a track would be faster than the first time. Luckily they're quite easy tracks, so even having a lack of experience around them, you can still set fairly reasonable times. They're not going to be the most optimised things in the world. Go, 58, number 1. Oh, we're steaming through them now. Straight rhythm, right, this could be a dangerous one. I didn't crash on the straight rhythm in my last attempt, but I did have to roll a couple jumps and just double a lot of it as well. Because you can go balls to, you can quad things on this track if you want to, you can absolutely yeet it, but it doesn't, usually doesn't go too well. And on this track you do have to wait for the gate to drop, which I think is a nice extra little addition there. Again, gives you a little bit of downtime, gets the heartbeat going. I have to try not to loop my Larry out when you eventually get grip on that grate. You just double this, and then I tripled this last time, but I think I got lucky. Oh no, that was fine again. Triple again. Oh god, please don't do a backflip. We are doing a backflip. If I go over that line, it invalidates as well. So, oh, let's go. I definitely think the straight rhythm is a place where a lot of runs could go to die, or you could gain or lose a hell of a lot of time. I'm going to play the rest of this run very, very safely. I'm going to roll over this one. Probably could send it, but no real need. Send it up over this though. Then this a bit further. Oh, that was nice. That was better than last time. I'm just going to double. I can go step on, step off. It's not clean. Still think this is better than the run I done last session. Even actually no, that crash will take a little bit of time out. There we go, then we send that. But then if I go back to the pits, you can see the lap time did count, even though it didn't count on the max HUD, but we're going to count that 50.6. Next one. Washington. Oh, there's only 3 to go. Jesus Christ, okay. Okay. I can show you the quickest way to the finish line in Washington as well, because it's a bit difficult to get to the finish on this track. It's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, because it's got all of these like fences dotted around the track that all have hard collisions. You can't just like scoot your way across. So I'll show you where you go to get there quicker. Again, I'm sure it'll be updated in the rules of this as the speedrun develops on if you can set track markers by the finish line to save yourself time or not, but I think for the sake of this, I'm just going to use the rules that are currently already there in regards to no like big resets or massive out of bounds things. I'm just going to do what I see other people doing. Just copy Mr. Troy as much as I can. And again, to be honest, unless people start caring about total time rather than combined lap times, I really don't think it matters what you do before the lap starts. As long as you're not like sending it from off the track to get a massive like speed boost over the finish line to start a lap, maybe a second or two quicker than you would do in it normally. Oh, close. I mean, what you could do, I'm saying talking about like tyres and rider weight, etc. I mean, a lot of speedruns have a glitch or a glitched or glitchless category. I mean, you could have just standard game, OEMs, factory bikes, etc. as glitchless. And then for glitch, you could have like whatever you want. Like you can update your tyres as much as you want, give yourself infinite traction, make your rider really light so it's like super fast. That could be interesting. That could also force Barbosa to actually fix his game, so we can't modify our files like that. I guess I should consider this run glitched rather than glitchless because of the lack of tear-offs or the lack of dirt going on my goggles where I've got that tear-off replacement file. Oh my god. Oh my god. If my recording crashes again, I'm going to be so upset. Like, my Streamlabs has just turned blue. Like, all of the stuff at the bottom of the screen is gone, which I don't get. Because the very, very end of this Washington run, exactly where it crashed on me last time, I didn't get to do Winchester or Winchester MXON. Oh, yeah, I got 30 minutes deep and it crashed on me. Which is weird if that is the timing threshold. I thought it was because I had no memory left last time, but it shouldn't be the case. I cleared a bunch of stuff before I pressed record again. There we go. I mean, that was a second quicker than the last Washington one I've done as well, so that's a W. Testing, last 2 tracks, here we go. Winchester and Winchester MXON. I don't think that my total time is going to be quicker, if I'm honest. I swear I saw like a 32 or a 35, something along those lines. Unless I was looking at total like combined time, but that seems like way too high. Oh my Christ. Right, where is the finish line on Winchester then? We got to go all the way over here. Try my very best not to get ejected over the bars. Get on the brakes. Screw it. It's just based on how long the lap times are on these 2 tracks. They are like 2 minutes. I can't see myself beating a 33 flat in total time. In-game time is what we care about. Winchester and Winchester MXON as well, very weird tracks with in regards to roughness. Because when this track gets like really dug down to the base soil layer, it gets a lot faster. Remember in the 2021 aerial outdoor season, we used this track for round 1, and it was so boofed. You know, like the lap times people were doing in the races were multiple seconds quicker than qualifying laps because the track just got faster. I feel like you never see this track on public servers either. It's always the MXON version rather than the standard one. And I feel like I prefer this one, if we're being honest. What I am doing is massively over-scrubbing everything. This has not been a good lap. There's another one, 1:35. That lap time wasn't actually as long as I thought it was. Maybe it's just the MXON one that's longer. Right, here we go. Testing. Done. What I'm going to do is the second I cross the line, like finishing the lap on this one, the actual total time ends. So it'll be interesting to see what it is overall. Oh my god, that's not good. Why is there collisions on absolutely everything on these tracks, man? No! Oh no! Oh god. Go, 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 go. I generally think that I could have been in with a chance of getting like total time as well, maybe. But yeah, that game crash kind of screwed me over. Doing an extra lap of Holiers screwed me over as well. Oh. Oh yeah, this track is a lot longer than the standard version. A lot rougher as well, like very easy for some front end tucks to be had. What I do like about this whole format of the speedrun as well is that you can't just sit there and grind a track over and over. Like, you have to do it all at once, like 17 tracks back to back. So even if there is like one track that you're particularly good at, it could all fall apart on one that you're maybe not so good at, and maybe you have 1 or 2 crashes on it. So unless you're willing to sit there and grind out all 17 tracks, I think the competition on this is going to be really good. Yeah, this 450 really struggling to get turned around some of these corners. I'm going to be interested to see what my total combined time is, because I don't think it's fast enough. There's been a lot of tracks where my lap time has just been average. You know, it's not setting the world alight by any means. And so, again, I'd rather just get around the track than wad myself. Scrub. And then as soon as I cross this line, that is going to be the full end of the run. After that, press that, 1, done. Right. So, my final time is a 33:52:24. That's like total stuff. Oh, that's actually quickest here as well, by a couple of minutes. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to go back through my recording. I'm going to list down every lap time that I've done to see if I can also get first place here in regards to like total combined time. And what I like about this is you have to actually upload the video at the same time, so that's really, really good. But yeah, I'm going to cut here, add them together, and I'll show you what we're working with. Okie dokie, so I've gone back through the entirety of that video, going the lap times down, and I've got them all listed down here in Notepad. So I've gone through into this time calculator, sorry, that they've included in the rules here to add them all together. Gone through each track one by one, so you can see Assen was a 122.157, added that, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All 17 lap times are in here. I've double checked them all to make sure they're all correct, and that comes out with a 22 minute and 14 second, 444 milliseconds total time, which overall does put me in P1 barely. Mr. Moose Oblivion here is only 14 seconds behind me, so that's actually really, really close over the course of like a 30-minute or so run. My total time was a 33.52, so the total time here was quicker, but that itself doesn't matter overall. I think my menu in and loading was just faster. So there you go. We've got a world record. Second attempt because the first one failed, but I highly recommend you guys give this a go. I will put the link to the live split thing in the description down below if you want to do that. I did have to add all these guidance splits myself, but it's very straightforward to use. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know like kind of what rules you'd like to see implemented as well. And I'm very hopeful for the future of this. I think this could be a hell of a lot of fun. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, all that good stuff. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.